welcome once again to the series Portrait of. We did quite some already, some about brands, some about dealers, some about collectors, but today we have the first content creator in the spotlight. His name might sound frightening, but he's one of the nicest guys in the watch industry. SwissWatchGang, also known as Marko Koncina.
What's up, man? Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Zurich, huh?
Thank you, bro. Let's first have a coffee.
Perfect, let's do
Always
it.
start with a beer.
Let's do a beer.
So Marko, what we always do
Yes.
is take a look at the watch on your wrist. I'm gonna start with my watch, which is pretty boring, therefore it's gonna be even more interesting with yours. It's 18238 double quick set, Rolex day date. I'm wearing it because it's a local pickup. I just found it yesterday and I really love the dial, which is the pyramid dial.
Yes. I've seen something similar once on a, but the bracelet and the bezel had pyramids on them.
I know.
Which is beautiful.
That is crazy. You also have it in an oyster quartz variant. This watch has the white dial, you have it in black, you have it in onyx, and you even have it in coral, which is uber rare. But I am wearing the boring one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yours isn't boring at least.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Konstantin Chaikin Joker watch, which is a piece unique. I bought 2018. Again, this is something which hit the market, and I think this watch could have been a hit or a miss. Gladly, it was a great success for Konstantin.
It turned out to be a hit.
Yes.
Wow.
And today the market price is ridiculous. I mean,
They made many varieties, but
Yes.
this is like
this
inspired
is
on
the
the
first
one,
one, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they made the Minotaur, the Clown, the Halloween edition,
right? Yeah.
Mouse King. They're gonna, I think, develop this. I think he calls it like wrist moons or something like this.
Yeah.
So I think the possibilities are endless.
True.
But Jasper, now we're actually at the location where my journey started 10 years ago. I came to Switzerland in 2011, and where Co-op is now, the convenience store, shopping store, was actually a restaurant where I begged the owner to give me a job.
Really? You
Yeah.
started working in a restaurant at first?
Yes, 2011.
And then you came from where to
From
Switzerland?
Slovenia, from Ljubljana, Slovenia. I came here with my brother with only 1,200 euros to my name. And we came to this building because we wanted to open up a bank account with UBS, the only bank we knew. And we came here, and what we found was actually only the ATM. And then I had my CV always with me, and my uncle, which escorted us at the time to Switzerland, he drove us here with my aunt. He pushed me, he's like, listen, there's a restaurant, you need a job? Go fucking figure it out, you know? So I walked in, I begged the guy to give me a chance to work for him for one day, and I can convince him. I had like 2 months of experience only. And this used to be a place where if you go eat here, you would spend $120 per person. He had wines for thousands of dollars. So this is where it all started.
Is that where your love for watches also started, or has that nothing to do with
No,
this?
my love for watches came because I wanted to be a watchmaker. So I dropped out of uni after 6 months in Slovenia, and I found the school in Vostep. And it cost 40K for 2 years. So I said, okay, the only way I can get money is to go to Switzerland, to Zurich, earn a salary, put 1K aside for 4 years, and go to the school in Neuchâtel. And so this idea developed basically. But again, I had no education. I finished high school, so I had to start somewhere at the bottom basically. And now we're here.
In the end, you didn't become a watchmaker, you became a content creator
Yes.
for watches.
Yes, I think the love for watches just dragged me out of Slovenia to Switzerland. But I'm not a technical guy, so I would be a lousy watchmaker. I would suck at it probably. But I'm a talkative guy. I like meeting people. Yes, you maybe noticed this by now. I like meeting people, like taking photography as well and videos. So marketing is more my lane, which I then developed, you know. But I had to figure out, with no connections here, what do you do in watches, you know, in Switzerland, where you need to have papers for work and everything. So.
And this is the home of watches. This is your first job?
My first job.
But you also brought your first watch, didn't you?
Yes, I did actually.
Excited to see this.
My first.
I bet you didn't start with the Chaikin.
With the Joker, no. I wish it would be a good start. But this is actually the first mechanical watch I bought in Slovenia. I asked my grandma to lend me 200 euros, And I brought this home to her, and she was upset with me, to say the least.
Really?
Yeah, because I bought an old watch. Huh?
And how does she look at your collection right now?
She doesn't know I have watches, but you know, she's proud of me for sure. But so she lent me the money, 200 euros. And when I came to Zurich, the first thing I did is I paid somebody to restore the watch. So I paid 1,000 Swiss francs to, this is a new dial and the restored movement, but I kept the old dial.
Cool.
So again, this is an emotional piece for me. So the value of restoring it didn't really matter, you know.
Of course, yeah.
And something like this is today also worth close to 1K. So I think eventually we're gonna come there, but this is the beginning, so.
Thank you for showing it, man. Let's have a look around, bro.
Let's do it. So Jasper, this place actually started my whole career in Switzerland, but with watches, there's a different thing I want to show you. My first client on the Bahnhofstrasse in Zurich.
Let's go.
So let's go. Bahnhofstrasse, like I said, this is my first official client. Because of Bayer, I was actually able to quit my job, and when the contract expired for Bayer and my job, I was potentially without an employer, but Bayer extended the contract, and now still today we work with them and building the social media presence, the vintage account, which you like as well.
You also do the pictures for the vintage account?
Yes, exactly.
Seriously, those are one of the finest pictures. And I'm so sorry to say this, Dario, he's also very good, but you were first, and it was really good.
Thank you. Sorry,
Bravo.
Dario. No, but it's a pleasure to shoot, like, and also with clients like Bayer, like, I try to be physically involved as much as I can because it means so much to me, right? It's a client I would never go against. I'm going to work with them. Even if my prices in my business go up, I'm going to still keep the same relationship
And
going.
it's one of the most well-known retailers in the world in history.
Yes, since 1760, literally selling watches, not on paper. 8th generation, today headed by René Bayer, who we also had the pleasure to interview.
You did a video with René Bayer,
Yes,
right?
yes,
I love
yes,
that
yes.
one. You did it inside here?
Yes, in the museum. They have a beautiful museum inside. So let's go take a look.
Let's go, man.
It. What do you think?
The history.
The history. You can sense the importance of the pieces.
Actually, the first time we went into contact was when I was in Zurich, and you invited me to visit this museum.
Yes.
So it's very cool to be back after 4 years now.
Yeah, it was before 4 years. I mean, the museum has been pretty much the same since then. I think they try to switch it up, but you know, they have a full atelier upstairs with watchmakers, so they try to really uphold the pieces and service them as well. And it's really delicate if they want to change something up, and it does make sense. So we go from the beginning of time telling with this like, you know, part here, with all the water clocks, sand clocks, fire clocks, all the way to the wristwatches, which you can find at the end. Plus, this is nice actually. If you see this wooden head, it was, I think, an inspiration for the Joker watch I'm wearing today.
Wow, I thought exactly the same. The eyes give the time, just like with Konstantin Chaikin.
Exactly. So one shows
crazy.
the hours, one the minutes.
My favorite has to be this one. It combines my two passions, drinking and telling time and watches. What I also like is that Bayer, as an authorized retailer, also does vintage pieces, but they specifically offer many buyer signed watches.
Yes.
That is so cool, because I already see here one laying down a beautiful bubble back.
Yep.
But that is just history all over again. Finding a new client for an old watch that was already sold here in Bayer.
Exactly, and all the watches they do sell are fully serviced by the in-house team, which are certified.
This is a Juvenia Aritmo pocket watch.
Yeah.
This was one of my first wristwatches, the
Yeah. Aritmo,
yeah. Incredible, and it still has the double dome glass, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Incredible, wow, I never saw this.
This table here is new to the museum.
I just need to really take some pictures here, bro.
Sure.
This is dope, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck, I love this watch. Seriously, this is
This
my
is
second
new, huh?
wristwatch
This is
that
new.
I ever bought, the
Sick.
Aritmo. So this is the Oyster Perpetual that went on top of the Mount Everest in 1953.
Yeah. From my recollection, yes. But again,
Wow, that is so
there's
cool.
photos in the back which...
Tenzing Norgay, Edmund Hillary. That is incredible.
I mean, again...
And my favorite watch. And then it's Bayer signed. That's so cool. $24.99 Bayer signed.
How rare is this in today's market?
It is extremely
What would you
rare. And value-wise, I would estimate it, let's say 1.5 up until 2.5 million, depending
Wow.
on the customer. But we saw an earlier, because this is like the mid-80s example, we saw an earlier one being second series, Esprit signed, sell for 3 or 4 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the condition of this watch, which looks immaculate, probably even pushes the price a bit more.
Crazy.
But again, I think this is, from what I've been told, 1/8 or 1/10 of the whole collection. So we can't even imagine what's hidden behind some safe somewhere.
For our viewers, definitely check the video of Marko, SwissWatchGang, with René Bayer to see some of
Thank
these
you.
crazy pieces up close.
Yes, we shot the whole day. We had a pleasure to even open all the case specs of the watches.
Wow, it was so good to be back again. This really feels like home to me. I can spend hours here,
Yes.
but it was good to cover a few pieces of the selection here. And let's move on to the
Perfect, yeah.
next.
Let me
place.
show you where we make the videos and
Let's
also
go.
where we expanded the operation.
So we saw your first job, we saw your first watch, we saw your first client, but nowadays where the magic happens is in the studio, right?
Yes, exactly. So we're now at the premise of our studio where we create all the videos for SwissWatchGang. The ones which are not, let's say, the collection reviews, which we try to go worldwide like you do with your channel, which I really love. So here we film client work plus my stuff. So let's take a look. Let me show you how this
excited.
looks.
Take notes, guys. This is how it should be done, huh? Don't edit it out. I'll fire you.
So this is it. Welcome to our studio, the entry room where we welcome the clients, welcome the friends. Yeah, it's
That's cool.
It's a bit of a watchmaking all over the place. Cameras. We try to be creative. So this guy is helping this guy. He's been falling for the past year and a half.
This is like me right now, the KOV, helping your channel that is
Yes.
going down the drain.
So hopefully one day we can grow as well. So these are basically, make the food, welcome clients, talk about ideas. We spend a lot of time in the studio and working on content for us and for others. So we needed to make the place, feel at home.
Yeah, I heard you felt at home at the dark room anyway. So
Yes, this is my favorite place, the dark room, where all the magic happens. Wink, wink.
Wow, you have good style, man.
Yes, I'm running my favorite YouTube show on my TV all the time. I love how you can see the mic on this guy and also the notes in the video. I love the production value.
No, but this is really professional. But how many videos do you make here?
So on my channel we drop one video per week, but for the clients also we work every day on videos. So essentially each week we push out a video at least for a client. If it's not, plus my stuff.
And besides you, because you're not a one-man army.
No.
You are independent.
Yes.
But you're called SwissWatchGang. So
Yeah.
who's the gang? With how many people do you work?
The gang is actually my whole audience. Plus, I wouldn't be able to do these videos without my team. So one is they're currently working on a client video actually. He's plugged in, in the matrix as we call it here. So we can't disturb him. We have one guy here as well who is doing the editing, the filming, because again, I'm just let's say the face. I do the logistical
You're
thing.
only in front of the camera. You don't do the
Exactly.
editing. And
I don't.
that kind of
Yeah. We film it. I do the B-roll myself of the watches, so that's the extra footage, the macro shots, because I talk about it and I know what I want to show in the video. Plus, then my guys, it's so connected now that we don't have to really talk what to show where.
Yeah.
They just do it on their own. Big TV to show the work and also sometimes what not to do on YouTube. No, I'm kidding. I love your channel. And this is my little corner here with just some different stuff like from the brands, you know, some gifts, merchandise.
So this it feels like to be Mr. Marko.
Yes, exactly.
Whoppa, huh?
It's good, yeah? It's good.
The SwissWatchGang life. I like it.
It's not a bad style, huh? But I just like to, you know, surround myself with cool things. I like to collect art like these things, you know, whatever. Basically, this was made by a good friend of mine who is a fan of the channel. Him and his dad made this like a mirror plus wood, obviously. This was the first, let's say, fan-made thing,
So
which
cool.
was really touching, to be honest.
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah. And yeah, this is also, again, where it all started, right? You saw the first thing, my first job. I became independent 5 years ago, and with my team here and also the co-founders for Effect Agency, we've been able to, you know, afford this place, keep it going, and also just continue to grow as a team, you know. And the goals are, of course, much bigger to expand.
And what are the next steps?
The next step is to be first of all, to be happy, right? To have a consistent flow of clients, of course, so we can, you know, keep up the business, not worry about too much, and focus more on the creative aspects. But definitely the goal is to expand SwissWatchGang on its own as a brand, maybe with some products in the future, who knows, and also just make bigger and better videos. Also, I want to come to visit you guys and do a video with you.
You're so welcome.
If
Thank you
it's,
so
if it's
much.
a possibility.
Thank you so much for showing us around. I hope everybody enjoyed the video with Marko. Please definitely follow not SwissWatchGang only on YouTube, but also on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, KOV, and also to Marko's SwissWatchGang channel. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Jasper.
My pleasure, bro.